Well, if I may, Stefan, I'd be curious to hear from you. How did fundraising go for your new fund?
Amazing. We raised the fund in a relatively short time. We had a similar experience a couple of years ago with our fifth fund. And I think we're not the only ones in the market who have this experience. I think as of today, in the moment you have a fairly good performance, the fundraising is not such a big issue. I think it's much more important to define what is your strategy going forward. You shouldn't take maybe all the money you could theoretically get, because this will put you under pressure. So I think as regards money in the market, this is not the issue right now. Might become it in the future, but for the time being, I think the fundraising sentiment is very positive throughout all markets.
So, if you look at the market, would you consider it to be overheated? Would you think there is too much heat in the room? I mean, there are people who are doing yoga in a sauna. Are we doing transactions in a sauna, and then somebody will open the door and the hot air will go out?
Well, you frequently use the frog and the boiling plate example. Obviously, it's gone up over a number of years, and everyone is used to the story that the prices always go up. On the other hand, when you really look at the end game in some of the auctions, there are few players there with very particular angles who then pay up and usually pay more or less everything that they have in their pockets. But it's not that you have 5 people starting bidding wars without having sort of a particular angle to that particular investment. Hence, I would be careful to actually calling it overheated. It's certainly heated, but as I said, I would be more worried if I'd see that level of interest and sort of double-digit multiples being paid for the B or C type assets, which is not the case.
It's having raised a new fund like Stefan and his colleagues. I mean, you have to anticipate that somewhere there will be a cooling down of the economy, maybe a recession. So you have to incorporate it into your investment strategy. So it's for us, it's the same. We don't push for deals. We only do the deals which we think are appropriate. If we look at the market, it comes like Sven was explaining. We have the market is divided in 2 segments, what I always say. The one segment is the very hot segment. That's like everybody is looking for eternal youth. And if a company can promise this to you, they're bidding up to double-digit multipliers. And then there are the orphan industries where there is almost no interest, or only little interest, but the companies are still very attractive. So for building our portfolio, I think we have to be in both of these industries, because then it's somehow balanced.
Yeah, I share your view. I think proper preparation is key for a good exit. And that's what we tell our clients is, what do you think about when you can't sleep at night? And tackle this problem before you go to the market with your company. But Jessica, we're always looking a little bit at the UK, because in our experience, the English or the British are slightly ahead of how they handle auctions, how they handle processes, what they write into their share purchase agreements. So I'd be curious to hear if you see any changes in auction processes, because what we've seen in Germany is we've seen structured processes, but we've also seen people jumping the queue. They would call us on Monday and say, here we are, I'm here with my team from wherever, I want this company, it's up for sale, and I want to sign on Friday. I hate these people because I get paid by the hour. If I only have 1 week to work on a deal, that is not fair. But what's the situation in England? Do you see similar developments?
We do, and funnily enough, when Sven was talking there, I just wrote down here preemption, because that's absolutely what we're seeing at the moment in the market. It's a seller's market in the UK. A lot of assets are going to auction processes, so even where houses have been tracking a particular asset for a couple of years, know the team well. 5-6 years ago, they might have had some expectation that they would have been able to secure a proprietary deal. I think, given the current market conditions, those assets, we are seeing some sort of competitive process around them.
I'd say very hands-on. Equistone tends to work with small teams, well integrated and short communication, and I think that also goes hand in hand with sort of how you manage and how you work with advisors. So I think you're looking for hands-on people, small teams that can sort of drive things forward instead of lots of hierarchies.